Welcome back to the Vanlove channel and welcome along to a slightly different video today. We are on the road. One of the big questions we get on this channel is, what do you actually do and why do you have a van for it? So we're event organisers, and what I thought I'd do is take you on a little journey today behind the scenes of one of our big shows this summer. It's Ministry of Sound Ibiza Anthems at Henley Festival down in Berkshire. So strap yourselves in, let's go on a journey. So it's Friday evening, just rocking on to about 6 o'clock. We're going to leave at 7 this evening. We're based in Shropshire, just south of Shrewsbury, and head down to Henley to the festival. This is the Adria 640 SGX, and one of the things that's really great about this is it's got a phenomenal load space, and all you need to do is just raise the bed up, which is what I'm doing now, and that exposes a nice big garage underneath it. Let's get the boxes in, then we need to do the toilet and we need to do the water. So all the normal stuff you do when you go camper vanning. Just want to say while I'm driving along, thank you so much to all of our new subscribers. Since we did the video with Jess and John from True Blue Travellers, we've got a lot more of you watching. So we are on our way down to Henley. It's about 2.25 hours from Shropshire down there. 144 miles, so it's a really easy run because it's just motorway, and a little bit of wiggling, and you're there. One of the perks of this job quite often is you are driving out of hours. Very rarely do we end up in rush hour. So yeah, driving through relatively quiet times. It's quite nice because if you're not in a hurry as well, like we're not tonight, so I can just sit behind a lorry, save a little bit of fuel, and follow a big wagon all the way down the motorway. It's quite rare for me not to be wearing Vanlove merch, but this is a Coalition Presents event, which is the main business, so today we're in Coalition branded gear. My role in the event is I'm both the agent for the act, so I've booked the act into Henley Festival, but also I produce the show. So Harry, who no doubt you will meet later in the video, he is the co-producer with Ellie Sax and myself, and we've put the show together on behalf of Ministry of Sound. Talking to you, and I've literally just missed my junction, so that is very annoying. It should have gone on the M5, and now we're on the M6. This is the wonderful part of the M6 where it's bangy. And if you want to come and test how bangy and rattly a motorhome is, this section of the flyover of the M6, it really is the perfect place to do it. While I'm in the van, one of the things I love about this time, especially if I'm travelling alone, is I can catch up on podcasts. A couple of my clients have podcasts. My favourite one, not that you can have favourites when you've got clients, but the one I love listening to the most is from Christian Nen. It's a mix of progressive house. It's called Spectrum. If you like your dance music, that's well worth checking out. We're doing all right. We've got about 30 minutes left to go. We are on the M40. It's raining. That is far from ideal. I could do without rain this evening because none of us want to get wet when we're setting things up. And also that already damp festival site is going to get even more damp. And that is something we don't really want to do because we're stepping mud in and out of the motorhome and onto the stage and goodness knows where else. Just being passed by Gaz. Gaz is in the Ellie Sax van on his way to do lasers. He is doing somewhat more of an average speed than I am. Good lad. On the way to the gig, we've got advanced information which comes from our office. So Lynn and Rachel in the office take care of that. And it's a document which contains all the relevant information for the event. So who's doing the lights, who's doing the sound, who's the production manager, all of those kind of things. And within that is the travel details and your vehicle passes. We printed out the vehicle pass, which was down there. Following ways to the site, it's definitely getting a little bit more twisty. So we've only got 8 miles to go. One of the big problems when you're doing festivals is quite often when you get on site and you want to call someone. Of course, festivals are busy sites with hundreds, if not thousands of people on them, and quite often the mobile phone networks lock out. So you have to be really well prepared and know where you're going in advance, because it's no good getting there and second guessing it. The more information we've got and our team have got, the more chance we're going to get on site, on time, find the right people, get our passes and go from there. So this is the centre of Henley. Have your e-tickets ready for Henley Festival. Afraid we don't have any of them. And there you can hear is the fireworks. I don't know if it's picking up on the camera, but there are fireworks to mark the end of the performance. So that's a good sign. That means that Gladys Night is now done and the festival is closing. Just heading down into the production site now. Always fun and games. Hey buddy, we're doing production for Ministry of Sound.
Okay.
So we're building tonight backstage.
Okay.
Here we go. That's the Ellie Sax fan that we passed on the motorway.
Lights out, please don't turn the 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 lights out,
Quarter to midnight. What are we doing? This is State, by the way.
Hello.
Mark Stapleton is the
State. Thank
the
you.
State is kind of everything really. Makes everything happen on the show. Production manager?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, production manager. So why are we here at quarter to midnight rather than in bed?
Well,
Not you and me.
We could be. We have just pushed a load of boxes down a towpath next to the Thames, avoiding drunk people in evening dresses, and we're going to zone some lasers this evening.
What does that mean for the watching public?
So lasers can be quite dangerous. You don't want to point them in people's eyes. You probably don't want to point them at the sky and take down a plane, especially when you're this close to Heathrow. So we're going to point them at that roof over there. That's safe. That's out of the way, and we're going to set our safe zones so that it is in that window, and then everyone will have a good time tomorrow and not end up at the opticians.
Might help.
I had mine done. I went to Mexico.
Laser eyes. There'll be a load of people in the back row go, oh my god, I
can see. This is great.
The reason we're here at quarter to midnight is because we have to do this in the dark.
Yeah.
Because even with really powerful lasers, it would be really hard to see them tracking on that roof over there, wouldn't it?
It would be during the day. It would be really difficult.
Yeah, so we have to come in and work late. Also, a load-in at a festival, right? So this is the stage here. Load-in is normally, that's a huge piece of LED screen there. The load-in is normally at the back of this, right?
Yep.
So you reverse the lorry or the truck up or van or whatever it is.
And you come up a ramp.
And you come up a ramp and you load it in. How far is it, do you reckon?
I reckon that is 800 metres.
It's a solid 800 metres back to the vans. So there's a gator, little truck thing like a quad, driving all the production kit, and this is one of the most production intensive shows we do, and all of that kit has got to be brought all the way down the line of the Thames.
Yeah, including like the structure and everything.
Yeah.
It
it's
floats,
a bit bananas.
It floats on the Thames on a pontoon, which is basically like a fixed
Yeah, because we
raft.
are actually floating,
Yeah.
aren't we?
So
But
I
it
mean,
doesn't move.
there are steels into the riverbed, and then it's bobbing along.
This is one guy, and this is also Guy. And he's making all the magic happen, and that is Will over there and Jack.
My guys have got your
So there you go, behind the scenes, setting up lasers. We'll do the lasers in a moment. We'll go and find, first of all, our laser guy is a guy called Gaz. This is Gaz, everybody. Pick the darkest place. He hides in the shadows, this one.
That's my job.
So Gaz will be firing up some lasers, but they first got to be put on trussing on the back of the stage. And when all that goes up, then they put the lasers on, then we fire them, then we go to bed, or we go for a beer or something. Beer, and then bed. Yeah, that's the plan. Stage is taking shape.
Right.
Vanlove is an educational channel, not just about vans, it's also about cables. Stape, what are you doing?
I'm running out this power cable, which is called soundcheck. It carries 6 lines of power in one big cable, like a multi-core. And I'm putting it into a figure of 8 on the floor because electromagnets aren't safe on stage. If I was to leave these in a coil, that would get very hot. And if something metal was to be inside it, that would be very dangerous indeed.
So, relating back to camper vans, is that why on your reel you should actually
Always, that's why it has
60
a
60
thermal
amps
trip.
up there.
Right. So if it's power, run it out. Doesn't matter how long it is. Run it out, zigzag it, figure of 8 it. The figure of 8's great because it puts air in between all the crossovers.
Safety doesn't take a day off, does it, Stape?
It doesn't. It definitely doesn't.
Yeah. He says drinking liquid death. This is actually water. Right then, 1 o'clock in the morning. Festival's now closed. We're just firing up the lasers, and then we are, thank goodness, done for the night. So wander back to the camper van and go and make myself comfortable, I think. Good morning. It's just before 9 o'clock in the morning. This is a very lovely spot to sleep. So there's a security man over there, and that is the River Thames. So basically, we're parked right onto the River Thames in the artist compound. Motorhome next to us there as well, tucked away. So the rest of the team are getting in about 10 o'clock, so I'm just going to make a coffee and probably some breakfast as well, get ahead of the day. When you're on tour, quite often you get crew catering, and sometimes it's really good, but quite often it's very much not, and done to a budget. So one of the great things about having the camper van on the road is you can bring your own food. So I'm on a bit of a health kick at the moment, and so today's breakfast of choice is a mixture of kefir, granola and some dried fruit. Back on stage for the build, and this is slightly weird because this is the footpath that runs alongside the Thames. It's still open, so all the seating is over there and the stage is here, and the general public is right here. So that makes it more interesting, doing testing of equipment and setting up and stuff. Right, we got Will here. This is Will. And this is a football on a stick, half a football on a stick. What does that do, Will?
So that's very low for the IEMs, I think. And either the IEMs or
what's
the
an
belt
IEM?
The in-ear monitors.
In-ear monitors, which is
how they hear on stage, the mix.
correct. So rather than having foldbacks, wedges, as we call them, so that puts the sound up on the stage, they have it straight in their ears.
Yeah.
And then that thing sends the signal into the ears, right?
So we've got this one for the in-ears, and then this one for their microphones to go
Right.
back to front house.
So these boxes here are all the lights. Super light panels, which you'll see working later. It's then being built on the stage. Drum kit there. Another drum kit here. It's 5 to 2 in the afternoon. This is my main man, Harry.
Yo,
One of my favourite people in the world.
we do some cool stuff, don't we, mate?
So we're going to do a sound check.
We are indeed.
It's very windy here.
It's my number one fan.
Oh,
I bring it with me
you
just
have
in-
a big fan. I like
Ellie
it.
has all of these people in front of us. I have one. Just down and you, mate.
Thanks very much. What we're going to hear is in this. But anyway, so what is a sound check?
What is a sound check?
Yeah.
So we're basically just making sure that everything we did in rehearsals, the way we like to sound, is going to be translated to the lovely people who are in front of us. So we just make sure everyone's happy and the sound out front is what we want it to be.
And it's kind of crucial, isn't it? Because
Oh, yeah.
if you don't get time to do it, and sometimes on these gigs, especially on festival lineups, you don't get time to do it, you are scrabbling at the beginning of the show to find the right sound.
It is
right?
better to take an extra 5 minutes in sound check to get it perfect than it is to not do that and then have the whole show where you're trying to scrabble to make it work.
Yeah. It's a bit of a juxtaposition, isn't it, really? It's sort of playing a big dance set to Henley Festival, which is really, frankly, quite posh.
They love it.
They're going to love it.
They're going to love it. We'll have to stop now because my wife
hang
started
on.
playing the saxophone.
The Queen is here. Okay, bye. So it's time for sound check, and you can hear Ellie Sax in the background. What they do is go through each instrument, and then they've got in-ear monitors, which we were talking about earlier, so they can hear what everybody else is playing in their ears. So they play every instrument, run through them one by one, and listen to how it sounds, and make sure for the mix in their ears for the show they can hear everybody properly. So that's Ellie Sax on the front of the stage at the moment. So we're just sound checking her saxophone. So we get through all of that, and then we go live with the band. Well, it's 3 o'clock, so we've done 60 minutes of sound check, still working on trying to get the sound right. I'd love to show you some of this, but I actually can't because YouTube will cut it out because there'll be copyright on the music. Anyway, yeah, so the guys are still on stage, 1 hour in, still trying to get the sound right. It's not sounding too bad, but quite a challenge. What happens is with the dynamics of the sound totally change when you've got an audience in here. So as all the bodies, 2,500, 3,000 people in here, absorb all the sound from the stage, it creates a totally different sound signature on the stage and out front. So what we have to do is try and do the best sound possible on stage, and then Jez, sound guy, who's in that booth over there, will then fix it live when the show starts this evening. This is head of security for Henley Festival.
Hello.
This is actually Andy,
Hello, my name is Andy.
and he plays the drums,
Some drums.
lots
of dancing.
for the Ministry of Sound show, and looks utterly fabulous. Look at this. And that in there, that is Ags.
Sitting out there, guy.
He's our MC for the night. Ellie and Harry are in the RV, just in there. And then the this is.
Sorry?
That's the girls' dressing room in there. We can't go in there because it's the girls' dressing room. This is Jez.
Where the magic happens.
Some might call him a cowboy.
Some might call me a cowboy.
Yeehaw, cowboy.
Yeah, 15 minutes, please, guys.
Yes.
Are you ready? It's more like 13 minutes now.
12.
This is the
Hello.
beautiful Ellie Sax. 2 minutes to going to stage. How are you feeling?
Yeah, excited.
Yeah.
It's going to be really fun. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm buzzing.
Ready?
Ready?
Harry's ready.
Let's go.
I'm here, hello, I'm ready.
Jess is ready. All right, team.
Let's do it.
Are we all aboard?
All aboard.
All aboard the buggy. Lights out.
There we go, it's now 1:30 in the morning. We've stripped all the kit off the stage. Production crew have done that. I have been with the band. Didn't want to record it because it's always nice to have a chill session after the end of a show, and they don't really want a camera in their face, which is fair enough. So great show tonight. I'm sure you appreciate how big it was from all the footage. I have now got to be off-site at 8 o'clock in the morning because they've got Nigel Kennedy and someone else coming in tomorrow to do a show. Sam Ryder, I think, is the other one. So, yeah, I've got to be off-site relatively early tomorrow morning. So I will make sure I get a quick amount of sleep. I could actually drive home, but it's kind of late. And frankly, I'm too tired to drive. So, yeah, I'm going to get little bit of sleep and then get on the road first thing and head back to base. So it's Sunday morning, we're done. I've been thrown out of the event site. Nice early start. I had to get up at 7:30 this morning to make sure the motorhome was moved out because Nigel Kennedy's in there with his big tour bus. So I've been removed and I'm out here just in the public car park outside, just packing the van up, getting ready to go. It's been a marathon and monumental effort to get this show on. When you look at the logistics and time involved in it, so that was something like 13 vehicles moving 15 people, and we collectively did about 3,500 miles, and over and above that there was about 300 hours of staff time went into it, from doing the bookings, the itineraries, to the advancing, to setting the tech up ready for it. So yeah, it's a huge effort just to do a show that lasts 90 minutes. Luckily, it was a great success, huge feedback. I've seen the organisers this morning, they're up even earlier than I am, which is amazing. It's just such a shame on YouTube you can't put the footage in, because you'll get a copyright strike and it'll probably get taken down. So you just have to come and buy a ticket and come and see Ministry of Sound, Ibiza Anthems in the flesh for yourself. So that's us done. Thank you so much for watching. We're heading out on the road. Hope you've enjoyed seeing behind the scenes at Coalition Presents and what we do. And from Henley Festival, see you in the next video.